Alright, I briefly just want to talk about a creation topic. My name is Coolguy4U. I've got a bit of a headache, and every time I use my notes in either Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or whatever, when I hit the record button, it pops up this window and switches the spot where I'm at. So that's not cool. But anyhow, what I want to talk about in this video is creation. Creation is, what is creation? Creation is both a worldview, and it's also more so what I'm gonna try and talk about here, which is essentially the world, everything that God has created. That is creation. And creation is the worldview that God created everything. So but anyhow, if I just keep saying that, that'll work out for a good video speech, or speech video. Botch, who cares? We botch, doesn't matter. Anyhow, so what I want to reference is essentially Genesis 1. So in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. That's the King James version. That's part of creation. There's a lot packed in that one verse. You wouldn't believe how much is packed in it, but I want to cover that elsewhere. And then even other parts of this, what I have in the notes, I want to cover elsewhere as well as another video. So we'll just have to see about that. But anyhow, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. So that has the earth in it, that has heaven in it. So creation contains quite a lot. There's a lot out there. If you ever looked at some of the NASA photographs and stuff like that. And another interesting thing is that space is expanding. That's another interesting thing. So anyhow, a couple things I jotted down. It's essentially all that we see, and of course I wrote down seas. So like the seas, water, ground, dirt, sand, clouds, beautiful clouds, beautiful clouds. You got to go look at those beautiful white clouds amidst the blue backdrop. Beautiful. Plants, all sorts of different plants, the whole universe, creatures, all sorts of different creatures, and mankind as well. We're part of creation. But anyhow, there was a point there that I started to get, but I lost it. Darn, that happens so often. And I'm young yet. What's going on? I think it was about the stars. So stars. That's another beautiful thing. You got beautiful clouds during the daytime, and then at nighttime you got beautiful stars. Go outside, look at them. I don't think many people do that anymore, and that's a shame, because it's an amazing thing to dwell on. All those stars God created, and He, I think there's a verse that says He knows them all by a different name or something like that, and that's impressive. Wow, because there's supposedly millions or billions of stars, or whatever the case is. Anyhow, let's continue with this. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So we have light in this room. That's how you can see me. I'm seeing the light off the screen so that I can even read it, my notes, and kind of just go off of them, free flow a bit. We got light, we got nighttime, which is sometimes why we need the light inside. Anyhow, and God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Not sure why I had that in there, but that goes into the whole kind of like canopy theory type stuff. I'm not completely certain on that. So yeah, that might have been another part of creation where there was this barrier in between the heavens, between like the sky and space, like in between those. There's different ideas and theories, but we should cover it for a different video. But it's like a crystal formation around Earth up in the sky, or water, or ice, or some sort of mixture, or there's a bunch of different ideas, is I guess the best I can talk about right now, because it's not the topic. Anyhow, and God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. So here we have dry land, dirt, sand, whatever the case for Earth. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass and herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. So you're getting all the vegetation and plant stuff going on, created. And there is a whole heck of a lot of variety of plants and foliage and stuff. A lot of it's amazing and beautiful. Anyhow, let's move on to the next point. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. There we go about the stars and planets and stuff like that. I kind of spoke too soon about the stars there. Oh boy. I could have said the star thing here. Anyhow, the stars are still beautiful. They're still beautiful. We loved them. We loved them. Anyhow. Alright, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And that's the case for nighttime. The stars shine, and the moon gives off a percentage of the it reflects the sunshine, the sunlight from the sun behind Earth, and then back to us. So sometimes, at night it's not so bright out, and other times it can be very bright outside at night. You'd be surprised. But the stars, man, those are beautiful. Alright. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. Now there you have like bird kind and stuff like that. So, and there's amazing different variety of birds in creation. There's owls, there's swans, there's geese, there's ducks, flamingos, there's even those ostriches, man. But those ones are nasty too. Probably all of them can get pretty nasty. I don't know. Anyhow, there's a lot of variety, and then there's all sorts of different smaller birds as well. I was kind of going off on medium or big sized birds. Yeah, there's even big bird. God didn't have that one. Somebody did. Big bird. Oh boy. Anyhow, let's continue. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind, and it was so. So here you have land creatures, air-breathing land creatures, cattle. We know about that stuff, cows, and bulls, and creeping thing. So perhaps snakes, and beast of the earth. So maybe like, you know, dogs and cats, even though they may have been derived from you know, older kinds of animals and had more of a variety to them. You know, the stuff we see today might not have been the same back then, but they're still derived from the same kind of creature, essentially. So, you know, we got all the different, it ties into a different video as well, so I can't go off on about that rabbit trail. Anyhow, let's continue. And God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So, there we have mankind. Voila, mankind. Man and woman, mankind. So, that's our... We're part of creation as well. So, anyhow, so, and some of those are mentioned. You know, I was kind of going to do it for a different kind of video, but I just tossed these in here to kind of go with, you know, explaining, you know, all of the creation type topic. So that is pretty much that. Yeah, I have a little extra note on here, but it's irrelevant for this video. It'll be on a different video. And anyhow, there's another rabbit hole as well. You know, I'm part of creation, and yet, you know, I created these kind of notes to go off of. I created this, you know, Microsoft PowerPoint, you know, bit or file or whatever. And, you know, somebody created the camera, somebody created the headphones. So, but I'm going to save it for another video, where I'm going to talk about creation creates. So that'll, who knows when that'll come out, probably 3 years. But anyhow, that is pretty much creation. So I would recommend you to go outside at night when there's no scary animals, and go look at the stars, ponder them stars, go look at those beautiful things. Those are some real stars. You ain't gonna find ones like those in Hollywood, I'll tell you that much. Anyhow, I just had to do a little bit of a jab at Hollywood there. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more creation-based videos, and I guess just stay tuned for those. Thank you very much for watching, and you know, feel free to, I'm gonna forget what to say at the end as a normalization type thing, but you know, if you want to join the Cool Clan, feel free to subscribe. That's what I call my followers on YouTube. And you know, if you want, I'm gonna forget to say this every time, but and I'm gonna keep modifying it slightly, but you know, if you want to give feedback on the video, that's fine, which is what I typically say at the end of my other bigger type series components on YouTube. And also, if you want a certain topic covered, you know, I'm open to the idea. It doesn't mean I'll act upon it, but I'd like to hear ideas on, you know, what kind of topic do people want covered. That kind of thing's perfectly fine with me. I accept that kind of stuff, so I'll take it into consideration. Doesn't mean I'll act upon it. But anyhow, thank you very much for watching, and take her cool.